Welcome to another episode of Good Cooking. And we know the summer is hot, and that's why you gotta keep it light. And that's why we're making my special pasta salad with guanciale and asparagus and some other stuff, you'll see. Let's start with our dressing. Got a little basil lemon vinaigrette. I'm gonna take a cup of olive oil. I'm using my magic bullet because I use it for everything. Smoothies in the morning with creatine and steroids. No.
What does a smoothie look like for you, though? Is it probably just this? It's olive oil, basil, and some garlic.
And salami.
Yeah, that's a superfood smoothie for you.
I blend it. Got a little Dijon, a couple cloves of garlic, squirt of honey, and then add our basil. A little salt. You could always add more salt and pepper, so taste it first. Dear Magic Bullet, how about a little affiliate sponsorship with these guys, huh?
That'd be nice.
No one's ringing the phone. I use this thing every damn day. Now I need to taste. Ooh, that is good. The thing I love about this Magic Bullet is I'm just gonna throw it in the fridge, just like this. And I do this ahead of time before I make the pasta salad, and the reason being is I like the herbs and all of the seasonings get, absorbed in there, and it really gets to sit a little while. So we're just gonna throw this in the fridge, and then once everything else is done, pour it over it, toss it, and we'll be good to go. How about that? Actually, you could just drink this as a smoothie. It's so delicious. What the hell? There's a bee on my asparagus.
All right, good.
How rude was that?
Disrespectful.
That was not nice. I like the bee, though.
They say we're the next to go if bees go extinct.
Yep, well, I don't want that. I love the bee. All right, listen, we got asparagus because we're putting that in our pasta salad. We get these beautiful asparagus. You see how nice that is? Now, when you buy these, make sure you cut about an inch off the bottom, inch or two, or whatever. Get yourself a nice fresh cut. That way they're nice and tender. Look at these beautiful. This is nice. Washed, clean, beautiful. Okay, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take our Graza olive oil. I love using Graza, you know that. I use it religiously and exclusively. Maybe it's a lie, who knows, it doesn't matter. Anyway, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna coat this. We're gonna just salt and pepper our asparagus. So once we got it like this, use your hands, mix them all around, get them all nice and coated. You want them nice and coated with that olive oil, the salt and pepper. Once that grill gets up to about 400, 425, we're gonna throw these on. You're gonna keep them on there for anywhere from about 5 to 8 minutes or until they're tender. You know what I'm saying? You give a little try, you taste them. We're gonna try some. That's the only way we know what's good,
How
what's
could we not try some?
That's the only way. All these people are like, how many minutes? You try one, and that's how you know. Don't start with me. Where's that bee? I love that bee. And I also got these little Versace glasses. Are we in Italy? We're not. Are these from Italy? No, they're from the Sunglass Hut within Macy's, because my wife, she's got Macy's rewards points. So here we are. Do I look rich? Not really. Anyway, I like to get a little char on them because I think that adds so much nice flavor once you get it into the pasta salad. You know, that's the thing about the pasta salad. It's so light and refreshing for the summertime, and then you get a little grilled action going on in there. It's a nice little surprise, a little treat mixed in with all the other special stuff that we're putting in this beautiful pasta salad. All right, we got our asparagus going here. Now we're gonna boil the pasta. Make sure you salt your water good, like the sea. We're using some beautiful farfalle here. Do I know that woman? I don't, but maybe she's related to me, like the fettuccine episode. We don't know. I don't know if she has anything to do with this tricolor farfalle, but that's what we're using today because we gotta make things nice. The presentation, along with the quality, has to be up to par. So we're gonna throw the pasta in. We're gonna cook it for about 6-7 minutes till it's al dente. Then we're gonna take it out. We're gonna put it in our bowl, and I'm gonna let it cool off because we don't wanna make our pasta salad with hot pasta. I gotta tell you, it's best in the fridge. Letting it sit is really where all of this stuff comes together. I gotta tell you, you make this a day ahead of time, maybe 2 days ahead of time, forget about it.
I'll come back tomorrow.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah,
we'll film tomorrow, it doesn't matter. So we're gonna let that cool off, and then we'll get everything else together. Let's go, Ben. We gotta move. I got asparagus cooking. See that? That's what you want. Want them nice and tender. Look at that. That's stunning. So now that we got our asparagus all done here, we're gonna cut it up. But first and foremost, I have to do a special shout out to is it your girlfriend?
I think we're past that. Yeah.
I think it's his girlfriend. They've only been together for a year, and I think they made it Instagram official the other day. There was a little post. In any event, when Ben's girlfriend starts buying Good Cooking birthday gifts, that's a special deal. So shout out to Chloe. What a wonderful individual. She even personalized it with the Good Cooking GC. Come on, Ben. I know you had nothing to do with this, aside from maybe a little contribution on the financial end, but you definitely would never do anything this gracious and this beautiful.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Now, I don't want to cut them too small. You can do it however you want. I like them a little bit bigger. That way you get a nice bite with the pasta and all of the other stuff that's going in there. This knife is spectacular. I mean, I know I'm only cutting asparagus, but that thing was like a hot knife through butter. No pun intended over here.
How's that a pun?
I don't know. That one's gonna be great. I love the char. The char, to me, makes everything. Listen, I'm putting one of my favorite ingredients into this bad boy. You could use supersada, you can use a salami, you can cut up some mortadella. If you want to put a little crumbled sausage in there, that's not gonna hurt, but I'm using good old guanciale.
Guanciale.
Isn't that gorgeous? Like if I ever won an award, right? And I'm probably never getting a James Beard Award or a Michelin, but you never know. I don't want your stinking trophy or your anything. Just when I come up there, in a piece of butcher paper, just have a beautiful guanciale waiting for me to take home and make for the family. I got it all cleaned up and trimmed, and then let's cut it up and we're gonna get cube-sized pieces. As you can see, there's a lot of fat in it, but once this crisps up, this is gonna be spectacular. And if you wanna know how much guanciale I'm using, until I get tired cutting, that's how much. Look what I got here. Good old Great Jones, one of my favorite pans. The reason why I love this pan is because there's no rivets. Easy to clean, non-stick, non-toxic. A lot of the non-stick stuff you guys are using, it's killing you. I mean, trust me, everything else in the world is gonna kill you before this, but this is a great pan. You don't need any olive oil or anything. There's enough fat in there, it's gonna create its own oil. It's just like bacon. And listen, if you don't have the ability to access the guanciale, like we've said before, you can use a little pancetta. I would get some really nice high quality bacon. Once we get all of these done, we're gonna drain them. We're gonna put them on a paper towel to get some of that oil off. So here we are, we got our beautiful pasta. Let's just start adding all the stuff that we cut up here. We got some nice cherry tomatoes. I got a mix of green and Kalamata olives. We got some shallot. We got our asparagus. And then we got our mozzarella balls. We got our guanciale. A little dressing. Now I'm gonna cut up a little basil. Does it in there? It doesn't. We got a little lemon zest. What do you think about that? Now, how the f do I mix this? You know, it is the 50th anniversary of Jaws, and in this case, we're gonna need a bigger boat. You know, a lot of the stuff that I make on this show is from my childhood, whether I learned it from my grandmother or on the restaurant, but this one's off the cuff. I just took all the ingredients that I love, and I thought to myself, if they met in a bowl, would they be friends? And they sure are. You get the saltiness and the crispiness of the guanciale. You also get the char of the asparagus, and then you get that nice fresh mozzarella, but it really all gets brought together by the tricolor farfalle. If you don't have tricolor farfalle, you should move where they have it. Do you need to use it? You don't. But will it make a difference? It will, because when things are aesthetically beautiful, they also taste better. If you want this recipe, and I really highly recommend you should, it's in the description below. And from my house to yours, bon appetit. If you don't have tricolor farfalle, you should move where they have it, because I gotta tell you, it makes a world of difference, because eyes means a happy stomach. I don't know.